Market veterans expect funds to return to Indian equities after the recent action taken by the government. Let's hear them out.
When foreign investors look at India, they compare India to Indonesia, Malaysia, and other countries around the world, but particularly in Asia. And now India is competitive as regards to taxation vis-a-vis these other countries. What I'm interested in is seeing companies do two things. One, increase their dividend payout, and number two, invest more in the business, invest more in labor-saving equipment, more efficiency, and greater application of new techniques to their manufacturing and their distribution. Up to now in our fund, China is a little higher than India, but now we may see India surpassing China. It depends on what opportunity we find in the Indian market.
See, what was happening in India is last few years we were growing entirely led by consumption. And that consumption growth was also supported by falling household savings and rising household leverage. Actually, white-collar wages have been under pressure. So you could not have continued to grow despite low income through borrowings. And what we needed to do was to revive the capital expenditure cycle so that new companies are formed, new plants are put up. So you create jobs and then consumption can grow on a sustained basis. So I think the good thing in this is that one, it reverses the negativity in the economy, and which is very important. And two, this entire money will go to companies. And what will companies do with this money? I mean, it's at a gross level $20-odd billion. Companies will either cut prices, which is good for lower inflation, good for consumers, or they will put up new plants, or they will pay more dividends, which again money comes back into the system.
With one stroke of the pen, we have altered future cash flows to eternity by about 10%. So it is a major move, and it should not be underestimated from a long-term perspective. But even from a near-term perspective, it has got great potency, because I think one of the things that was plaguing the economy and the markets was a bad sentiment. I think people had come to believe that the government didn't care for the economy, and this one measure, I think, alters that perception straight away. And I've been worried over the past 2 months or so about the reflexivity of falling share prices on the real economy, which is when share prices are falling, it can actually drag the economy down further. Now you get the opposite effect, which is rising share prices actually can boost the real economy.